This is the beginning of my intro to Vanessa. So Vanessa can start walking up here. I believe human trafficking is a horrible, horrible thing. I didn't have the rude awakening or the life experiences that my friend Vanessa does. To be honest, one of my real awakenings to what was happening was meeting Vanessa and hearing her story. You can come up here now. And so what do? If I find somebody who's really, really good at it, I'm not good at helping victims. I'm not good at advocating for it. That's not my jam. My jam is throwing elbows inside prison and trying to score a few baskets, okay? But if I find someone like Vanessa who's very, very good at that, I just get behind her and her amazing team and help support it. And you know what? That type of collaboration is a best practice. And somebody said that then other people repeated that there's no limit to what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit. So with that, I get to introduce my friend Vanessa Russell, who is an amazing technologist and advocate and the founder and leader CEO of Love Never Fails. So Vanessa, take it from here.
Thank you. Woo woo! All right. Oh, yeah, the clicker. I need the clicker. Okay, well, good afternoon. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. How was lunch? It was yummy, right? Gourmet salads. I was enjoying that. Before I get started, I know that I, give the Hollywood vibe, but I wanted to let you know that it's been a little bit of a battle for me to get here today. I woke up this morning with my eye closed shut because of a spider bite. And don't worry, I talked to my doctor. They said, you're going to be all right. Take a little Benadryl. You'll be okay. But you can call me Popeye. You can call me Captain Hook. You can call me whatever you want, or just beautiful. How about that? All right, we're going to jump right in here. But I wanted to just share that because sometimes we need to press in to things that are hard to do for the sake of the bigger picture and the people that we are called to serve. And I thought it was just so pointed that I get to demonstrate that with one eye today and say, nothing is going to stop me from being here with you. So let me take you back to, I'm going to take you back. It's been 13 years since I founded Love Never Fails. This is our 13th year. We are a national anti-trafficking organization. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we do. But what I wanted to share was how did this start? I always get that. What is your origin story? How did this start? Well, it started because I was teaching inner city kids dance while I was working as a senior leader in the high-tech industry. I want you to know that I come from a background of extreme poverty. My mom and I was born in Reading, Pennsylvania, to a 19 and a 21-year-old parents that were drug addicted and just had a lot of mental health challenges throughout our family, just challenges throughout our family, and they split up, domestic violence situation, and we moved around to different states. I found myself in foster care. We experienced homelessness. We experienced a lot of challenges growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area where we eventually landed. So when I talk to you, I just want you to know that this experience has informed what we are doing at Love Never Fails. It's the beginning. And I started to teach inner city kids that were very much like me dance while I was working in my bomb.com job in the tech industry. And I thought that's all I was going to do, you guys. I really did. I thought it was just, this is my give back. This is it. Until one day, one of my 15-year-old dance students stopped coming to class, and I realized after I encountered her, someone brought her to me. They found her on a Blade, which is a place where people are being sold wherever. This one happened to be in Oakland. And they found her there. They picked her up. They got her some clothes. They prayed, and they said, the Lord said to bring her to me. And little did they know that was my dance student. And I was shocked, and I began to hear about how she was shot at and choked. By the way, trigger warning My presentation is kind of graphic, so if you feel triggered at all, please feel free. I won't be offended to get up, get yourself some water, some tea. I don't want anybody to walk away feeling harmed or triggered, okay? So, but she had been raped, she had been shot at, she had been choked. And she sat there with no affect, no emotion. She was disassociated. She did not show the emotion that lined up with the behavior, with what she had gone through. And it was there that I realized that I had encountered something that was out of this world. And it was there that I made a decision that I would not stop trying to care for her and other girls and boys and people behind them. And so Love Never Fails was created with one person in mind. And everything we do is for the one. And that is important because some people think of broad stroke strategies. I'm thinking about the one. Because I believe that every person matters. So our name. Yes, I am a person of prayer, I'm a person of faith, and Love Never Fails obviously is in the Bible, but I want you to know the way that it was birthed was because I was praying and I was talking to God and I was saying, I'm so inadequate. I'm a tech nerd. I'm traumatized. I'm not a teacher. I don't know how to do any of this. I'm not a doctor. I'm ill-equipped. And I kept saying that, and all I kept hearing was, just love her. Just love her. Just love her. If you just love her, then you'll know what to do next. And so what does love look like? Love is searching for people when they're missing. Love, and we've done that. We've found hundreds of missing children and girls. What is love? Love is outreach. This past year, we were able to reach 10,000 people in the Bay Area. And this year coming up, this year coming up, 15,000 people is our goal. And I want us to stretch together. We're not doing this, and you're going to hear, our DNA is to do this collaboratively with others, with City Team, with Maranatha, with Star of David. Other organizations are coming alongside, and we're going out together. YWAM, Bay Church, just amazing people in this room that we get to go do this with. So 15,000. What is love? Love is community. People need people. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. People need friendship. They need family. It's not enough to give them a place to live. Love is housing. Man, Kathy, whoa. I just try to, when I'm walking, when she comes up and starts talking, I just get out my notepad and start writing everything down and I don't know what she's saying, but I'm gonna write everything down and I'm gonna get some of it. Love is dignity. Love fights for us. It fights for us in mental health ways. When people are behaving strangely. I've had people call me up and they say, they say things, they're not making sense because they're having a mental health breakdown. And you know what? Just sit there and listen. Because they need somebody to tell it to. It's not making any sense. And part of me is like, this is weird. But the loving act is sit and listen. Love educates and love mentors. We do all of these things. So I want to talk to you about the social determinants of health. Human trafficking is happening at such a horrible rate, 100 to 300,000 victims of human trafficking in the US. And it is happening because we have not come up with a good system to ensure that everybody is resourced. And these social determinants of health, it's not rocket science, guys. If we don't touch on economic sustainability, if we don't give people good education, if we don't give them community, if we don't give safe neighborhoods, if we don't have health care, we don't have that, we're going to see human trafficking. It goes together. Why? Because those are the things that people are preying on. And I want you to know, and this is just to underscore, again, we do things in partnership. We cannot do this alone. We love to partner with different groups. By the way, I've stretched myself. I'm a big believer in diversity. I have my own ideology. Yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, I'm actually a pastor, and so is my husband. But I love to be with people with different beliefs and thoughts and ways of doing things. And I want to learn so that I can get into their community and help them to not be trafficked. I don't believe that anybody should be held against their will to be a slave to someone else. I don't care what they're doing. There's no sin. There's no bad action. There's no nothing. No one deserves that. A couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a young lady that called into 211, and it was a 19 and a 21-year-old, and they said that they had been held by chains on beds in Oakland off of Fruitvale. And 24 of them, girls as young as 14 years old, were held in this building. And it was next to a bar. And what they would do is they would bring the girls 4 at a time into a hotel next door. And then they would serve the men down in the bar and get them nice and sauced up, and then ask them if they want a happy ending and bring them up to the hotel where they could buy the girls. I got a call, and we were able to rescue these 2 girls in a matter of 2 hours, like that. And one of them came into our house, and the other one went back to their family. One of them showed a patch of her hair had been ripped out. So when people make this out to be Pretty Woman, no, it's not Pretty Woman. What if we developed houses like the one we have developed for our youth that is targeted at providing art and animal therapy for children? What if we developed houses that wanted to accentuate someone's gift and their purpose rather than put them away somewhere because they're a problem? What if we did that kind of housing? What if in the legal arena, I don't know if you know, but the average reading level of someone in the impoverished community is 4th to 5th grade? Did you know that our legislators, only 1% just have a BA? Most of them are doctors and attorneys, and they're writing laws for the underserved, under-resourced. Wouldn't it be interesting if we had tools so that language, the legislative language, could actually be evaluated by the very people that are going to be impacted by it? And so we have decided that we're going to make AI Advocate, and we're so grateful for Develop for Good, and Stanford students that are coming alongside us this summer that are actually developing this app for us. This app will go into the hands of people, and it will provide the perspective of survivors of human trafficking on specific bills that are being introduced, so that survivors of human trafficking can participate in the civil process, so they can educate others and themselves, so that they are empowered and hopefully even employed by this offering. Also, what would it look like if we targeted those non-traditional individuals and we said, I'm going to give you the opportunity to earn an economically sustainable wage. And I gave you tech skills. Well, we've done just that. IT Biz Tech Academy is a free academy. Last year, we educated over 100 students. This year, it will be 200 to 400 students on Cisco systems, on AWS, on Microsoft BI, and Agile Scrum Master, getting them into sustainable wages. One of our young ladies that graduated just got a strategic consultant position at Cisco Systems this week. And I'm going to take it further. What would it look like if we partnered with people like Seek Haven, with people like Merritt College, with people like OAS, with people like 110, these different agencies, partnered with them to actually ensure that people are getting placed, and that partner employers are really looking to place our students in their communities in a safe way, in a way that is dignified. What would that look like? What if we partnered with people like City Team, like YWAM, like Bay, to do outreach at this high level? You know, we have all these resources, but who's telling them where they are? Who's getting out there? Someone's under a bridge, they're waiting. They can't go to the house if they don't know where it is. And then what about victim of crime? Do y'all know about victim of crime? Do you guys know that people can get moving expenses? Just recently, I had a young lady, and she got shot in the head. It was a house party, and some of her blood was on the wall. And they needed somebody to come clean up. She lived, by the way, thank God. But they needed somebody to clean up the building. Guess what? In order to get somebody to clean up the building, you have to get a police report done, which doesn't happen for at least 10 days, usually more like 90 days. And before you get that, then once you get the police report, you take it to victim of crime and you submit a claim, which takes an average of 59 days to approve. So now I've waited 180 days to wipe my baby's brains off my wall. What does that do to a family? To not have the resource to be able to bury their children. What does it do to one of the ladies? She got shot in her hand and she couldn't get any help to move her and her babies out of their house where the perpetrator knew where she lived. These are the scenarios that our people face. And what kind of mental health do they need? Now look at what transformative, innovative thing that we're doing here. We have this amazing panel of 4 peer advocates and 4 licensed MFTs. All women of color, by the way, which is unheard of, lending themselves to providing real-time counseling to people. When we encounter them on the street, we can connect them with a peer advocate who will care for them for a couple of weeks while we line up the MFTs to do mobile counseling. We need to get services to people more quickly. Lastly, what if we invited men to heal? What if we use books like this book, Fight for Love, that I co-wrote with Al Bernal somewhere in the room, and it's a 12-step recovery book that we wrote for men to heal from sexual hang-ups, from sexual abuse, from physical abuse, from fatherlessness, like Dr. Stewart said, who's in the book, by the way. What if we wrapped our arms around hurting men that are buying sex and said, I want you to heal, brother. You don't need to keep doing that. That's not meeting your needs. Seems like it today, but it's got you in a trap. And so I was gonna sing for you guys, because I like to sing. You guys know Bobby Caldwell? I guess you wonder where I've been. Anybody? I searched the world. Well, we're not going to go there, but what would you do? I see Ted, see? That's why I said I'm not going to go there. I'm getting the hook. What would you do for love? If you began to see the girls that are out there as your daughter, would it change your paradigm? Would it make you a little bit more committed? Would it get you out on the street a little faster? I need you to see the people that are out there like they're your children. Then you will know what it's going to take to address this issue.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She's my sister. I am so honored to be associated with her, and she knows what she's doing. And she's a perfect example of these collaborative, forward-thinking, taking this cutting-edge social services, things we know of how to help people, and combining them with technology. She's working with the GEO team. She's very forward-looking. She's training these victims of trafficking and victims of trauma in tech skills, and they're outperforming their peers in cybersecurity and other areas. And we're dreaming together of making Oakland the first city in the Bay Area where human trafficking no longer happens.
Yes. Let's go.
So let's do this. Let's get behind her and support her. And thank you so much for sharing.